Good morning, students, and welcome to another class. Finally, you have been promoted from grade 9 to grade 10, so you are senior people now. And I'm really, really happy to see all of you over here. So let's get started with today's lesson. And the topic which I have selected today for all of you is really interesting, and definitely you're going to enjoy that topic. So let's get started. All right. So the topic for today's presentation is major industries of Pakistan. Major industries of Pakistan is actually the topic which is taken under the heading of economic development. Now, when we talk about economic development, so always, as I've mentioned before as well, that always break the term and then identify that what has been asked or what can be the meaning of this term, right? So first, we are going to break the term economic development. Economic is the word which comes from economy. Economy means that you're talking about an industry or you're talking about a country or you're talking about that how exactly the system is run, right? And when we talk about development, so development means that here you're talking about the progress, about the achievements, and about everything which you are having into your into your surrounding, right? Okay, so you can see me now as well, and you can see the presentation as well, so it will give you a detailed view about that what exactly I'm trying to say. So yes, I've explained about economics. Economics is the word which came from economy, and development means the progress, right? The second thing which is written over here is major industries of Pakistan. It means that in this lesson we are going to study about that what are the major industries of Pakistan, how these were built, and what progress they are doing in today's world or previously what have they have done. So it is all related to history. It is all related to that what would be the future of all these things. So let's get started. All right. So coming to the next slide here on a Zoom version, you can see that it's SLO number 6.1.1, and the question is describe different kinds of industries in Pakistan. Here, these are three kind of industries which are listed below. One is cottage, the other one is small scale, and the third one is large scale industry, right? Now, break the term and then try to identify the meaning. When we talk about cottage industry, so cottage industry actually means that we are talking about those industries which are small in unit and which are working conditionally, but not a large number of force is required for them to work, right? Now let's get started with the meaning which is placed over here in this PPT presentation. All right, cottage industry. A cottage industry labor force consists of family units or individuals working at home with their own equipments. It means that cottage industry is actually that industry which you're running from home. As I've mentioned before about it, try to break the terms which are mentioned over here. Cottage is a small unit industry, an industry that can be operated from home. The labor force which is required is actually you're including your family members. Now, the reason why you're including your family members, why you're not going and calling other people to work into this industry, the major reason is, as you can see, which is listed below, that is the minimum investment and maximum investment. Minimum investment is 10,000 and maximum investment is rupees 20,000, right? The middle part, I'll read that and then I'll explain the whole in sequence. Cottage industry are defined by the amount of investment required to start as well as the number of people employed. As I've mentioned before about it, the cottage industry is that industry which is situated into rural areas, into those small areas where you're operating things from home. Now, when I talk about rural areas, then rural areas actually means all of those areas which we call village areas, right? So there, the income which is generated is lesser in amount as compared to all of those people who are living in urban areas, which means city areas, right? So cottage industries are situated in rural areas. Now, the minimum investment which is written over here is 10,000. Okay, why have I written 10,000 investment? Because when the paper comes, so it tells you about the identification, that how you have to identify that which kind of industry has been asked. So it is very important for you to know about the investment which I've mentioned over here. कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री को रन करने के लिए आपको 10,000 से 20,000 की रकम चाहिए होती है, ठीक है, कम से कम इन्वेस्टमेंट चाहिए होती है. एंड व्हेन you are required with this kind of investment, so the first thing which comes up into your mind is you should utilize all of those people who are living into your surrounding. It means your family members. Kyun? Because if you will hire someone else from outside, for example someone from your neighborhood, then it means that you have to pay that person on daily basis. Okay? So when you're investing on a project on a minimum amount which is 10,000, so you'll prefer that you will first accommodate all of those people who are a part of your family, and then finally you'll jump up to the next step, and the next step is that you will find all of those people into your neighborhood. Agar for example आपको जो task दिया गया है, if that task is not completed by those people who are living into your family, for example अगर task बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा है, 100 pieces का order है या 200 pieces का order है, and you're having limited time कि आपको उस लिमिटेड टाइम में उस चीज़ को जो है वो कंप्लीट करना है, ठीक है, तो उसके लिए यू जस्ट गो फॉर अनदर ऑप्शन, दैट इज कि आप अपने नेबरहुड से काफ़ी सारे लोगों को बुला रहे हो, ठीक है, लेकिन उन लोगों को जिनकी एक्सपर्टीज आएंगी, लेकिन उसमें आपकी ज़्यादातर कोशिश ये होती है that are involving the younger people into that aspect, because younger means that they can do the work of two people, but if you're calling the elder people or the old people, then it means that they will require a large number of time, more number of time to actually complete that work. So I hope that cottage industry is much more clearer to you, the concept which I'm trying to explain. Now let's move towards another PPT. All right. So here, as you can see, there are a few examples which are listed over here of cottage industry, handicraft items, basket weaving, and pottery. As I've mentioned before about it, that I was talking about the expertise of people. If you're involving your home people, your family members, or if you're involving all of those people who are living into your surroundings, so the major purpose of cottage industry is to make all of those products on which you are having command. For example, जैसे कि यहाँ के ऊपर भी दिया हुआ है, पॉटरी हो गई या फिर हैंडीक्राफ्ट आइटम्स हो गए, वरना वो तमाम चीज़ें जो कि आप अपने हाथों से जो है वो बना सको और बनाकर जो है वो सेल आउट कर सको. ओके. Now another purpose, we can say that cottage industry is actually utilized in that way as well, that for living. ठीक है, जिस तरीके से लाइफ स्टॉक फार्मिंग होती है, लाइफ स्टॉक फार्मिंग के लिए व्हाट एग्जैक्टली यू आर डूइंग, बहुत कम मरतबा ऐसा होता है कि हम चीज़ों को बेचते हैं, लेकिन ज़्यादातर चीज़ों को हम यूटिलाइज कर रहे होते हैं अपने खाने के लिए, ठीक है. कैश क्रॉप फार्मिंग में हम ये चीज़ कर रहे होते हैं कि हम जो है वो बेच भी रहे होते हैं और अपने खाने के लिए भी यूटिलाइज कर रहे होते हैं, ठीक है. कंडीशन सिमिलर है लेकिन कंप्लीटली एक दूसरे से रेलेवेंट है ये नहीं कह सकते. क्यों? क्योंकि कंप्लीटली हम यहाँ के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट रहेंगे, जैसे कि कैश क्रॉप फार्मिंग है वैसे यहाँ के ऊपर कैश क्रॉप भी है एंड लाइफ स्टॉक भी है. किस तरीके से? आपको लिविंग के लिए यू नीड मनी, राइट. मनी तभी आएगा जब आप अपनी स्किल्स को यूटिलाइज करेंगे, व्हेन यू सेल आउट द प्रोडक्ट्स. जब आपके प्रोडक्ट्स जो है वो बिक जाएंगे, उसके बाद जो पैसा आएगा ऑटोमेटिकली उससे फिर यू लुक आफ्टर योर फैमिली, ठीक है. When I was talking about that 100 pieces of orders or 200 pieces of orders, तो ये वाला जो केस होता है ये बेसिकली बहुत कम होता है. जैसे अगर आपको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मिला है तो दैट इज समथिंग डिफरेंट, बट येस अगर आपको कहीं अर्बन एरिया से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट नहीं मिला है तो ऑटोमेटिकली आप डेली बेसिस के ऊपर अपनी फैमिली को किस तरीके से फीड करोगे, तो उसके लिहाज से आप सोच रहे होते हो अबाउट दिस कॉटेज इंडस्ट्री, ठीक है. नाउ लेट्स मूव टुवर्ड्स अनदर स्लाइड. All right, small scale industry. Now, when we talk about small scale industry, as the definition which is mentioned over here is, are those industries in which manufacturing, providing services, production are done on a small scale or micro scale. Now, as compared to cottage industry,